Belina. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 20 idioms. First of all, what is idiom? From Cambridge Dictionary, idiom is a group of words in a fixed order that have a particular meaning that is different from the meaning of each own word on its own. Well, they make you sound more natural and more American. In fact, Americans and British people or native English speakers are using lots of idioms, and sometimes it's just get confused because they don't make any sense if you translate them word to word. So, you just have to know the meaning that stands behind those phrases, and we're gonna learn them today. So if you are interested in sounding more like an American or a British person, please continue watching this video. And let's dive right in. The first idiom is beat around the bush. And if you again translate it word into word, it means like beating something and run around bushes. I don't know whether that makes sense at all, but the actual meaning is not speaking directly and avoiding the main topic. A good example is sometimes you have a friend who wants to ask you for help, but they talk a lot before that, and you can tell by their tone they want to ask for help, and you are like, come on, stop beating around the bush and tell me what you really want.
Beating around the bush.
Okay, now let's move on to the idiom number 2, best of both worlds. It means you are in a situation which you can enjoy the advantages of two very different things at the same time. For example, I have the best of both worlds, which is a wonderful family and a great job.
Best of both worlds? I like that.
Another idiom is bite off more than you can chew, and if you translate word to word, it actually makes sense. It means taking up a lot of responsibility that you cannot really handle. If you bite off more than you can chew, you take on more responsibilities than you can manage. It is often used to advise people against agreeing to more than they can handle.
I've bitten off more than I can chew, you know?
Blessings in disguise is another idiom, and it means that something is bad at first sight but actually good. Good example of that is imagine that you are not accepted into the university of your dreams, cry about it, but then in 2 months you get a job of your dreams, which is even better because you go into practice.
Take it easy. This is a blessing in disguise.
Next idiom, can't judge a book by its cover. That's obvious, like don't judge people by the way they look. So the appearance is not the main factor that you should use. You cannot judge something primarily on their appearance.
But never judge a book by its cover, you know?
The next idiom is give the benefit of a doubt, and this means believing somebody's state without any proof. And for example, when you fall in love, you tend to believe you are loved one, and you don't look for any proof, and you can always use this phrase.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt.
Next idiom is in the heat of the moment, and doing something in the heat of the moment means that you are overwhelmed by what's going on around you and you do something stupid and then you regret it. But then you have an excuse because you were in the moment, something was going on, you just couldn't help it. Like, I don't know, scream at somebody, or I don't know, to say bad words. I swear that happened because you were distracted by something else.
It's the heat of the moment.
No! Idiom number 8 is let the cat out of the bag. This means reveal information that was previously concealed. For example, your friend started dating another friend and he asks you not to tell anybody, and then you accidentally post a story on your Instagram with them kissing, and this means you let the cat out of the bag. It's just let the information spread and your friend is really upset.
You're gonna need to let the cat out of the bag, Finch.
The next idiom, I've heard it here a couple of times, and this is miss the boat, which means miss the chance. When you had an opportunity to go somewhere or do something and you just skip on it, somebody can tell you, oh, you missed the boat. We're not going to Bali another time this year. And you missed the trip, so you missed the boat.
Leo, missed the boat with you, baby.
Next idiom, take with a grain of salt. This means not taking something that somebody says too seriously. So for example, somebody tells you, you will never get into the university of your dreams. In America, don't even dream about America. You will never get there. Take this with a grain of salt because those people don't know what they are talking about. They don't know what's going through on your life. They don't have the same experiences. Don't just believe them like that, okay? They might have their own truth. Yes, it's gonna be difficult, it's gonna be tough, but it's up to you. Great things happen, and believe in yourself. This is a great example, right? Take everything that you're sad with a grain of salt. Like, go ahead and kill it.
Even as a kid, we all learned to take our ravings with a grain of salt. But you...
The next one, stab someone in the back. And this means somebody was in your circle. He was a good friend, and then you betrayed him when he wasn't looking and when he was trusting you. And this is a bad thing to do. Stab someone in the back.
To trust someone and have them stab you in the back.
The next one is lose your touch. Means lose your ability or talent to deal with certain things that way used to deal before. So for example, somebody was a good singer and then his voice just disappeared, and you can say he lost his touch in singing, so he has no longer great.
You're losing your touch, amigo.
The next idiom is sit tight. It means wait patiently and take no action. Like, you've passed your exams, you've submit your application, now just sit tight and wait. Like, there is nothing else you can do. You just need to wait from those universities. There is nothing you have to do right now. You just have to sit tight and wait for those universities to reply.
Sit tight.
The next idiom, this is very interesting. Face the music. I remembered Katy Perry's song. The title is The One That Got Away. It's time to face the music. I'm no longer your muse. Do you remember that? Face the music means face the reality. Let's face to the reality. I'm no longer your muse, so you're no longer in love with me.
It's time to face the music. I'm no longer your muse.
The next one, if you want to compliment somebody, you can tell them you look like $1 million. This doesn't mean that somebody who looks like a pile of money. It means that somebody looks amazing, really polished, and you can say you look like $1 million. The idiom number 16 is get over something. This means you are no longer emotionally affected by something. It is no longer letting you down. And again, when you are talking about relationships, when somebody broke up with, somebody split up with your boyfriend, and in a couple of months you forget it, and this means you've got over him. It's over. You are no longer crying about him anymore. The next one is crunch time. This is something that is happening to me now, and crunch time means time when the deadline is approaching and everybody has to work really hard because you need to finish everything in the period of time.
Time! Crunch time!
Idiom number 18 is get out of hand, and this means lose control of something. Get out of hand means lose control of things.
Now it's getting out of hand.
The next one is get out of your system. It's an idiom that means you something that you really want to do for a long time, but you haven't found a time for it. Maybe it's about starting a YouTube channel about learning English, or going to London or somewhere for 2 weeks to practice your English. Just get this out of your system. Find time, do it, mark on your to-do list, and then you are free.
You'd better get this all out of your system right now.
Finally, the last one is hang in there. It means wait and be patient. Now, when you are learning a foreign language, sometimes you feel like there is no progress and everybody's speaking so fast. But I'll tell you, just hang in there. Everything that you listen to, like every single video, is on your head. And sometimes we just do not realize how powerful our brain is, and when you will come to an English speaking environment, somehow the words will just come out of your mind. Human brain is amazing. We memorize a lot of things, but we use only like 10% of them. But in a stressful situation, the brain starts working and actually using 100% of its, maybe not 100%, but a lot of its ability. I guarantee you, everything that you do, it really works. So hang in there.
Hang in there, you just have a couple more days to go and then you'll be home.
And that's all about 20 idioms. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye!